God, I need my pills. Where are my pills? In place of them I have Sonic Rebooted. Wait a minute. Is that the boost? Rail Canyon. The Spin Dash too. Is this game original?
Alright, you're free to go.
To answer that question, well, sorta. Also, welcome back! If you haven't watched part 1, I'd recommend watching that, as you will have a lot more context. Anyway, continuing with part 2, I would describe Rebooted version 1 as quantity over quality. Rebooted has the most amount of stages in any Roblox Sonic game. God, look at how many there are. They are well designed too, with original level design not just ripping from the games they're from. There is some originality in the moveset too. Tricking is like a double jump, the spin dash is pretty cool, but where it falters is the gameplay. Would you believe me when I say that Rebooted runs on Digital Swirl? Well, that's only a half-truth. It uses the Digital Swirl boost engine, which, as it says on the tin, is a modified Digital Swirl to make it play more like, well, a boost game. It's pretty standard Sonic Unleashed with the other abilities I mentioned. It even fixes rail switching. In Onset Adventure, rail switching was like Adventure 2 in Heroes, where you hold the direction, then press the jump button, which was really cumbersome at high speeds. Rebooted has it where you just tap the direction and bop, there you go. The physics are the main thing I do not like. Sonic is way too floaty. This leads to me having to stomp every single time I jump or bounce off an enemy because it takes forever for him to hit the ground. This is not helped by the height Sonic gets from enemy bounces. Holy pepino of pizza towers, why does he go so damn high? The momentum is equally as busted. If you're boosting and enter the air in any way, you lose most of your momentum. My poor ass gets whiplash every time it happens, it's super jarring. If you air boost, you don't keep your momentum, you lose most of it instantly until you touch the floor and go zooming off. Some of the abilities are there for fodder. The drift as well as the quick step are useless. Sonic turns just fine without them. The air trick is useless. Air boosting conquers almost every obstacle in the game. The spin dash is useless. Realistically, you will never run out of boost in a given stage. Shadow is playable, however he is just Sonic but with a fancy homing attack. B tier. B tier has taken up a lot of space. A good foundation, the wonky physics are holding it back. Then, as if Phantom heard me right this moment, version 2 comes swinging, comes cruising for a bruisin'. If there was a bruise, it would be cruising for it because version 2 fixes most of the complaints I had. The physics have had a facelift. It's a very slight adjustment, but Sonic has taken on a few pounds. That means he falls faster. Enemy bounces are still a bit too high, but the faster fall speed makes it less of a grievance. You keep some of your momentum when jumping, so now when I get popped up randomly, I won't fall off my chair. The air boost especially has been toned down. You no longer fly like an eagle over everything. Shadow actually uses his chaos abilities. Who thought that giving him powers he's shown to have would make him more fun to play as? Big shocker, Kaka. Chaos Spear is neat. Again, like Adventure Reimagined, homing attacks are way faster. Chaos Teleport can be used twice in the air, similar to Sega Sonic Origins. You can now play as Shadow in any stage, so you aren't blocked from the rest of the game. The level count has become an enormous 31 from the previous 20, and those new levels added aren't for show. They are really well designed too. A massive improvement from version 1. A tier. Thank you for the break, Rebooted, but now it's back to slop. Okay, you know Sonic Adventure Reimagined? Crazy idea. What if we added back in the humming top? Sonic Advance Chaos is what you would get. The developers are working on version 2, but version 1 is the build that's currently out, so I'll be reviewing that. Right. How many times have I said right? Let's start with the positives. Boost mode is here from Sonic Advance 2. You get it from running a while. That's it. The humming top has a different variant. This time it sends you down. This alone revolutionizes everything. So much to the point where I want to say, hey viewer, I have a very important task for you. Okay, I want you to grab this. It's a gun. You've probably heard of it before. What I want you to do with it is aim it directly at the back of my head. Yeah, version 1 has nothing special outside of a better looking menu and fancier HUD than Adventure Reimagined. But if the main game isn't changed, all that work means jack squat. C tier for you. Don't worry, more Digital Swirl is here for us to feed Papyrus. God, he's so fat.
More!
Hedgehog Testing is a game that, say it with me, uses a barely modified Digital Swirl. I think I'm going insane again. This game has attracted 24 million visits, and I honestly couldn't tell you why. Actually, I can! It's Onset Adventure again! Similar test plays, similar Sonic model, similar menu style, similar art style. This is just Onset Adventure with faster movement. The humming top is here again. It won't leave me alone. This time, everyone has it, so every character feels sorta the same. The drop dash has a build-up, so the longer you're doing it, the faster you go, which is very minor. Tails is playable with pink shoes. He can fly, tail swipe, stomp. You thought I was gonna say anything else? Knuckles has been recently added. He can air boost, which is just a mini humming top. Glide, wall climb. You thought I was gonna say anything else? C tier. You wanna know what else goes in C tier? Sonic Return of Little Planet. It's a classic Sonic game. Okay. That's all it has going for it. The artwork is good, but the artwork for every game on this list is good, so it's kind of a moot point. Despite being a classic Sonic game, the humming top is here. It now haunts me in my sleep. Pretty sure it was left in by mistake. Oh, yeah. Get in there! Am I done yet? There can't be this many Digital Swirl games. There's at least 4 games left. Well, screw me in the bum. Noob Adventure. You know, I'm getting less enthusiastic about the... Wait, is that a bike? Noob Adventure takes on an aesthetic like Pirate Adventure, but here it fully embraces the old Roblox style. Using old Roblox assets, the old coin model instead of rings, checkpoints are the Roblox spawn points, the old Roblox health bar, all combined, they give the game a unique look. Unique cannot be said for the gameplay. Let's cut to the chase. It's Digital Swirl, humming top and all. But hey, at least the humming top has its Sonic Rush design. You know that gun I gave you earlier? Here's a shotgun. The voice acting is neato though.
What? I never knew such a thing. You know that?
Tell that to the judge.
B tier. B tier's starting to become the home of these games, and it's gonna become the home of this one. Like with Advanced Chaos, what if we took hedgehog testing and gave it more levels? From the name Sonic Rerush, you would think that the boost is implemented in some way. Okay, well guess what? Wrong! Let's play a game. The game is called Spin the Wheel. The catch is that everything on the wheel is digital frickledy-frackin' swirl. I will give it praise in some aspects. The art style is good, and I like it. It's Sonic Rush with some of its own style mixed in. You can rail trick to go faster on rails so you don't have to awkwardly air dash. Level design is alright. Air tricking nets you points. The wind effect in front of Sonic is a nice touch. I can give this game the praise it deserves, but that doesn't take away from the fact that this is Digital Swirl, home of the humming top. That move is in this game too, so if I die soon, you know who did it. I specifically don't like how the ring icon has poop smeared on it. Sonic, you could have waited.
I can't help it, my bowels itch.
Shadow can teleport and has Chaos Spear. Very nice. They insist on giving him the bounce. Again, he's never been able to do that. With Chaos Boost, he can teleport up to 3 times, but other than that, B tier seems fitting. All of the Digital Swirl games are trying to do the same thing. A framework, test play, story mode definitely coming soon. We need some true originality right around now. Sonic Race Revolution is what we needed. Race Revolution is the most unique Digital Swirl game I can think of. Take the race game mode of Adventure Reimagined and make it the entire game. Better, of course, way better. 3 times the maps, loads of custom animations and skins that you can buy. The spin dash can be swapped out for the drop dash, and while it sucks that you can't use both at the same time, the drop dash is downright broken at times, so it's balanced in a way. The maps are really well designed, aside from Planet Wisp. Flying over obstacles due to your insane speed is my crack. It's really fun. Rings can be used like in Adventure Reimagined to buy the aforementioned skins. You can... buy rings with Roblox. Temp, my dude. You were so close to being in A tier. You were this close! Unfortunately, the game has met a sad demise. Temp said in the Race Revolution Discord server that the game had been cancelled, therefore it wouldn't receive updates anymore, and that is really sad. This game was a blast to play, and still is, although I'd be hard-pressed if you can find a full game with such a low active player count. It speaks numbers about the state of the community when Hedgehog Testing, a glorified Onset Adventure clone, gets over 1,000 players consistently, but Race Revolution, an innovative and fun racer, bites the dust. We truly live in a society. Why am I acting surprised though? Roblox players don't want something new, they want the same thing they've played 1,000 times before.
What you talking about, Fry?
B tier. Oh boy, yet another Digital Swirl classic Sonic game. I'm starting to think there's more of these than I realized. Sonic Uprising, or Sonic Expedition without the eye candy is what I call it, is your average, barely modified Digital Swirl with Sonic Speed Simulator assets. It's Adventure Rebirth all over again, but this time with Tails and Knuckles, who play the exact same as Sonic. I think we all know where this is going, so let's just skip to the end. D tier. The final Digital Swirl game on the list is one I gave a little too much praise in the past. Sonic Revolution R. I will admit that I was wrong to glaze over this game. I apologize. I can take accountability for my actions, unlike some people, looking at you specifically. I don't like the slander thrown at this game either, so just because I glazed it doesn't mean it's bad. It's not hard to understand. With that, how is the game? It's alright. Revolution R has probably the weirdest style of the games we've looked at so far. Sonic looks like those old Sonic models in the mid-2010s, before people could rip the models from the official games. It has Sonic Rush's trick system with the addition of a trick jump that you can do. It's not the trick jump from Onset Adventure, don't get it twisted. You can do it when running off a platform. It keeps your momentum. You cannot do it via bouncing on a spring, so you'll have to execute it in other ways. And something I've never seen any other game do is fall damage. Name me one Roblox Sonic game that's done that. One game. You can't. It only has 3 levels, all of which are untextured, so I'm putting it in B tier. You know what comes after B? C! Sonic Dreams is an open world Sonic game in the same way Sonic Frontiers is open world, in that it isn't. You can explore 2 maps, one being Green Hill, the other being Snow Summit. The moveset this time is customizable. You can choose between most of the moves I've mentioned, boost, drop dash, etc. The drop dash is really piddly, you barely go anywhere. It doesn't have that charge up like Race Revolution either. There's 2 time trials and 1 ring minigame, all 3 of which don't have much going for them. Skill points, no, not the ones from Frontiers, are a neat bonus, but all they give you is a badge. Characters this time are Silver. He can glide just like Tails. He could do that in Infinity DX, but hey, it's nice to have him. Yeah, C tier though. Somehow with Race Revolution dwindling, another racing game has more active players. Sonic R E-Charged, yes, that's the name, is a remake of Sonic R. Like Race Revolution, it's a really fun racing game with more variety than Race Revolution, adding in more characters, the Chaotix, Mighty and Ray, Honey the Cat, and giving more options to already existing ones. Don't like Amy and her car? Now you have the option to play as her on foot. The gameplay is what you expect. It's Sonic R, but cleaned up in the physics department. The camera is better, it's been moved down a little with full 360 rotation. The improved controls definitely make this a contender to be the definitive version of Sonic R. B tier. Next is the long-awaited sequel in the Pirate Adventure series, Pirate Adventure 3. So, Pirate Adventure takes after Sonic 06, Pirate Adventure 2 takes after Sonic Adventure, and Pirate Adventure 3 takes after Sonic Adventure 2. This is a Digital Swirl game, but wait a minute. This game actually does some cool stuff. The demo has Noob, who has just Digital Swirl movement. Professor Baconhair controls similar to the mechs from Sonic Adventure 2, but combined with the smooth movement of Digital Swirl, it makes it really fluid. Knuckles stages have you take on the role of Apollo the Wolf. Apollo is the equivalent to Knuckles, but stages are way smaller, not the size of a football field. Times 2. This, combined with the absence of the stupid, dumb, no life, lives in a basement, parents left you limited emerald radar, means you can choose which order you can get the emeralds. It's non-linear. I will never understand people who prefer the Adventure 2 Knuckles stages. B tier. Brief reminder, if you could like and subscribe, it would be a massive help to me, and you would know when I upload new videos. Anyway, Sonic Mini World Party goes for another unique style. Chibis. Everyone is a little man. Because of them all looking so cute, they've been sent to Slowville. You are treading through molasses the entire game, which is actually fine. The level isn't super big, so traversing it is okay. You got your regular dash pet. Why can't I use it as Tails? Why can't I fly as Tails? Oh, that's right. Abilities are now level and character specific. Tails can only fly at specific points, Sonic can only use dash pads, that's dumb. Knuckles can't glide, all he's used for is to break boxes. There's Amy and Rouge, but they mostly have the same principles. B tier. Nexus Framework is up next, 2 different versions for this one. Version 1 and 2 play just like Unleashed and World Adventure. That's all I can say. Version 1 is less polished, having only a test stage, a Potos hub world, and a buggy Emerald Coast to play. Version 2 has a lot more to offer. Win Malile Act 1 from the Wii version of Unleashed, Radical Highway with mostly original level design. Metropolis from Forces, it still has some straight lines, but apart from that is alright. Race mode is okay, it only has one map. Customization like Sonic Sandbox is present, except you can customize Sonic's individual parts, like his shoes, gloves, wrist accessories, even hats. Beat that, Colors Ultimate. Blocking levels behind Robux is not pleasing. Why did you do this, lol dude? It isn't as bad as Eclipse Online or Race Revolution though, so that's good. Version 1 goes in C tier and version 2 in B. What do you say we have a peek at some other engines? Sound Engine is, quite frankly, forgotten. Now it's not actually forgotten, people still know about it. It's just that no one uses Sound Engine due to there being better alternatives, for better or for worse. Sound Engine is a really bare-bones boost engine, and Sonic Forces Reboosted uses it, in my opinion, really well. Forces Reboosted is obviously Sonic Forces, but it insultingly has better movement and level design. Lost Valley is of course the first level, switching between different green hills from Forces to make it longer. 6 minutes long, Jesus. What, were you offended by the short length of the levels? I am. The 6 minutes is baffling at first, but let me remind you that Heroes had levels spanning 9 minutes. Do you see why I don't like Heroes? Lost Valley doesn't overstay its welcome in those 6 minutes because of the level design being actually pretty good. Sound Engine itself has a different boost system, there being no boost bar. What do you use to boost? Simple, the rings are the boost meter. I don't like this in some Sound Engine games. Either the rings trickle down far too quickly, or it consumes 5 rings when you activate it. Forces Reboosted has it trickle down every second, and I like that more. It's like a shoestring budget supersonic. There are some older levels that use a different version of the engine that aren't really worth mentioning. Forces Reboosted lands itself in B tier. B for boosted. If Forces Reboosted is a good use of Sonic Sound Engine, Sonic Corrupted Soul would be the opposite. Oh boy, I made art for this game a while ago. Wanna see it?
Oh! Ew!
I tried my best back then. Sound Engine has multiple versions. One of those versions has the momentum have this weird... It's hard to describe. Instead of a smooth acceleration, it's multiple phases. One for walking, then jogging, then running. Other than that, it has the normal boost moveset. All the characters may look fancy, but they are all clones of Sonic. There's a lot of skins to choose, and paid skins? Really? Why do you guys do this? 4 levels to choose from, none of them being noteworthy aside from the level design being weak sauce. Apart from being mostly straight lines, remember how Sonic Rebooted's air boost made everything obsolete because you can just fly over everything? Corrupted Soul has that same issue, but combined with the air dash, you can ignore all annoyances. C tier. C for Corrupted. Sonic Engine Adventure, possibly the title that makes the least sense, is like Adventure, but it's not quite there yet. A varied number of multiple playable characters? Check. A good amount of stages? Check. Physics? Check. The physics are a bit off. It's slightly slippery most of the time, but only slightly. Every character has their own moveset. Blaze has a boost that gets faster over time, similar to the Sonic Robo Blast 2 Blaze mod by Inazuma. Very deep cut, I know. Knuckles can, of course, climb, and interestingly, if you pick him, the level turns into a treasure hunting stage. Really unique idea instead of making new Knuckles stages. Shadow can use his Chaos abilities, nice that we aren't ignoring those. He has a Chaos meter too, so you need to be careful when to use them. Boost Sonic, yes, he's a separate character, has the version of boosting from Unleashed. For the Wii. If you don't know, Unleashed for Wii's boost system is segmented rather than one full bar. If you fill one segment and boost, you'll do it for a short while before going back to normal. Cool that it's using that system instead of the regular one. Level design can be okay, really, I could take it or leave it. B tier. Throughout all of the games on this list, you must be thinking, are there any more games that are as bad as the ones currently in D tier? Well, Christ on a stick, I guess there is a god, because you're right! Sonic Valley Boosted sure is a game. Have you ever liked Crash Bandicoot level design? That's exactly what you get, except without any enemies, item boxes, really anything. The boost is tacked on, since there aren't any enemies or that many rings, your boost runs out super quick, so you have no chance of continuing it throughout the stage. D tier. The trend of being accurate to official games persists in Project Frontiers. Have you ever wanted Sonic Frontiers without the stupid pop-in, which I assume is everyone who is watching? If so, I have good news, friends. Project Frontiers is what you get when you make a mobile light version of Frontiers. You get 3 levels to explore: Kronos, Ares, and Cyberspace 1-1. Apart from buggy rail physics, this is a great small-scale version of Frontiers. You can even get the power boost if you get 100 rings. It looks like the light speed dash, and there's no lightning effects. It does have the cutscene recreated. That's dope. There's no recoil on the homing attack either, so it flows better than the actual game, surprisingly. B tier. More variety. We need more variety, people. Outcome Memories is a Survive the Killer, Dead by Daylight kind of game. It's a spiritual successor to the late, great Sonic.exe The Disaster. The Disaster was the same type of game that got wrongfully taken down by Sega themselves. Yeah, they take The Disaster down, but not Corrupted Soul. What a joke. Basically, Outcome Memories is The Disaster, but better designed and graphically enhanced. You can play as the 7 survivors that are currently in the game, with a bunch more on the way, as well as the main Sonic.exe. 2011 X. X is just Sonic.exe, but with more of his own design traits that make him stand out. Knuckles and Amy are good at stunning X, Sonic can carry other players with Peel Out, Tails can fly as an extra movement choice, Cream is the only one that can heal players, X has the usual killer moves, invisibility, a tracker, a charge that lets you fly, that's a new one, a rage mode too, it makes him hella strong and stops the timer. See, if you survive for long enough, the ring portals think it's St. Patrick's Day, letting you escape. It can be fun as hell, and while not being that unique in general, Forsaken is right there, this is still a Sonic game, so for being a unique genre with a good art style, A tier. Classic Sonic Simulator is the most accurate game on the list. It is a 1-to-1 remake of the original Mega Drive games, physics and all. It is also the oldest game on the list, being made in 2013. 12 years ago! It is commendable that Kiko Dev has kept updating this game for so long. You can play as every version of Sonic from the classic games, even though you won't play as Sonic from the first game, as he has no spin dash or anything, really. We got the regular guys, Eggman, Shadow, and even Rouge, who has her own stomp move. I like her flappy ears when she runs. We got almost every level from Sonic 1, some from Sonic 2, 3 from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, very fitting. Aw, and only 1 from Sonic CD. It doesn't matter if there aren't that many levels, as this game has its own Mario Maker style level creator. This thing is packed. Make your own loops, change the backdrop, place down basically every enemy, object, and trap that were in the trilogy, play other people's levels, and unlike Mario Maker, most of them are good. Oh yeah, you already know it's going in A tier. Actually, S tier. It deserves it. Sonic Speedway is very similar to classic Sonic Simulator, but with the key difference that the physics are changed. Not just that you have the boost, but that you have to maintain the speed you get throughout the level. A hub world is in place with NPCs you can interact with. They just spout a few random lines, but hey, that's something you don't get much of. Characters include the normal roundup. Manic and Mighty are included. Manic has a drop dash that continues on the ground. Mighty has a stomp from Sonic Mania Plus. Amy and Shadow are given some love, as Amy's ability is a float, using the balloon she flies away on in Adventure. Shadow actually uses his air shoes for hovering. He hasn't done that in a game since his debut. This game is pretty good. B tier. Gear Riders is interesting, as it's the only game here that is based on Sonic Riders. The gameplay is pretty much what you expect. It's Sonic Riders but with an easier learning curve. A lot of variety and extra things. There are a lot of customizable boards, almost every track from Riders is here, and some new ones. You can pick a custom voice from the cast of the original game. There is a lot to see here, more effort than was needed. The easier learning curve means it can get formulaic at times. In Riders, you trick by jumping off ramps. In Gear Riders, you can trick by just jumping, so what competitive Gear Riders comes down to is the 3 ings. Jumping, spamming a trick as fast as possible, landing, and then repeat. I like how rings have a different purpose from Riders, in that instead of upgrading your extreme gear, if you have a specific amount, you get access to shortcuts. That's a neato thing, getting more routes to travel instead of simply making you go faster. B tier. Sonic Evocative. What does evocative mean in the first place? Bringing strong images, memories, or feelings to mind. What does that have to do with anything? Evocative probably doesn't qualify for the list, but it makes it anyway because oh my god, how does this game have 12 million visits? That's more than Sandbox, and Sandbox was made 2 years earlier. You may be asking, Tom, What has this game done to you to deserve the harsh language? Well, my friend, first, there's nothing to do, apart from a quest from a single character to find a single thing you essentially run around. Moveset is pretty basic, just a spin dash. You can get skins from waiting. There's nothing else, it's just waiting. You can alternatively get skins from getting rings, and since there's no missions to get rings from, you end up running around like a chicken with no head. D tier. Sonic Tourney is yet another adventure game, not using digital swirl, thank God. And wait, let me check something. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you! The humming top is not implemented, so now I can rest easily at night. Hopefully. Sonic has his standard moveset with the broken bounce that carries your momentum. Knuckles can glide, but can't climb. That's a shame. Everyone has the drop dash as an ability. That does sound unnecessary, but it's alright. The Green Hill area is well designed. Axel Highway is a pretty good speed stage, although you get so much speed through spin dashing that you can skip most of the platforming. B tier feels right. Turnate was polished, but I need something that's so polished I can see my face in it. I welcome you to Sonic Tech Demo 2, The Wrath of Bear. Tech Demo 2, as it says, is a tech demo. It's a sequel to the first game, aptly titled Sonic Tech Demo. I didn't include that one because I didn't think it was notable enough. The sequel definitely is, with its smoother controls and more characters. Sonic is the same as usual, although the camera perspective helps elevate the sense of speed you get when boosting. Shadow has Chaos Boost if the meter is full. It actually changes his jump height, so it's good that it does something. Classic Sonic with the drop dash. Neat that he has his own ability, one that he's used before. Some levels to play: Shadow Generation, Space Colony Arc, Kingdom Valley, and Test Island. Test obviously short for Johnny Test.
Tasticles!
Test Island has this dumb drift course, which is actually pretty fun. I like it. Tech Demo 2 gets a B tier. Our final game is the most memeable of them all, and you'll see why I say that. Despicable Forces. I'm qualified enough to talk about this game. I made a video on Minion Rush because I was bored, which you should totally watch. Pretty simple concept. Let's recreate Sonic Forces, but with the cast of Despicable Me. As dumb as that sounds, it's actually better than Forces due to the sheer stupidity of it all. Level design is, well, Crash Bandicoot, the Forces usual. Say what you want about Forces being an alright game, but there's something this game does that Forces doesn't. No 2D sections. Personally, I don't get the hate behind 2D sections. It is one thing this game wins over for me, though. Goddamn cutscenes are in. Really well illustrated cutscenes, I might add. The plot is almost the exact same as Forces, but with the main difference of, well, Despicable Me characters, and that you fight all the bosses that are shown at the beginning. Instead of killing off Shadow and Chaos in a cutscene, you actually get to fight Vector and Drew in boss fights. You don't get many of them. They are kinda easy though, but I'll take what I can get. Mel from Despicable Me 3 being the stand-in for Infinite and pitching up the original voice lines to sound more like a minion will never not be funny to me. Like Pirate Adventure 2, this game is complete, final boss and all. That earns it bonus points. Despicable Forces goes in A tier. Now that's what we call a wrap. Every game on the list is now officially covered. It'd be swell if you liked and subscribed. Boost to the algorithm, you know? Also, comment down below if there's any games I missed, because I'm sure there are. I could make a part 3. Anyway, I'll see ya!